It's September 23rd, and tonight on The Voice of Reason. All this and more on The Voice of Reason.
Welcome, America, to Voice of Reason. I'm your co-host, Eva Lewis.
And I'm your other co-host, Karyn Wilson. And tonight, we are going to be talking to representatives from the rock, paper, and scissors parties. We have a huge election coming up this year. And we want to get some real answers on what to expect.
That's right. Because on our show, we only want to ask the real questions to get the real answers. Yes. Excellent. Hey, Karyn, I know there's it's been a hot news cycle. Let's talk about it before we get into these segments.
Hot news, yes. There's been a lot going on besides the election, Did you hear, Eva, that movie theaters around the country are starting to open up? And the big movie everyone's talking about is this movie, Tenet. Have you heard about Tenet?
Tenet. Oh, yes. I think that very attractive man who's the son of Denzel Washington is in it. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. But you know what I want to know, Eva? Do you know what I really want to know?
What do you want to know?
Is time travel real? Okay, this is a time travel movie, but is time travel real?
Yes.
It is real, you say.
Well, I believe it.
I believe it too, because you know what? Everyone who's seen Tenet has come out of there thinking that they've skipped 3 hours of their lives. Now, if that's not time travel, I don't know what is.
Wow. Some people may say, oh, I was just confused and I wasted my money and also endangered my lives by being around a lot of people. But no, I think you're right. I think it is time travel, and I think that's something that we should do some more digging on too.
You know what? That's what people want to know.
Yes. The real truth, the real answers. What else is going on in the news cycle right now?
You know what else is going on? COVID-19 continues to rampage the world. Honestly, that's why we haven't been in studio. I mean, you know that. I know that. America knows that. But you know
exactly.
What?
That's why I've had to be in my bedroom in the corner because the kids and the husband have taken over everything.
Damn you, COVID. Lock my door so that my kid wouldn't come in here while we're recording. I'm recording the voice of the nation. A voice of reason. You know what? I'm so confused. I don't even know what I'm recording anymore.
And here's the thing. If we're confused, what do you think the American people, the electorate, is confused about? There are so many candidates in this race. I know we're going to hone in on these three political parties, but something, is untoward. Maybe there's some time traveling that has been happening with our race.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I think what we want to know is who is running for president this year. And we have an exclusive interview today.
That's right.
That's right. Girl boss.
Whoa. She's a phenom. She's phenom. She's fierce.
9 years old.
Little and young. Those are the people you got to watch out for ones, the little ones. So I can't wait to see that segment and see what that kind of interview is like. We have some people who know how to talk. We have representatives from each of the political parties, rock, paper, scissors, coming up. So to get us started on this pundits roundtable, I want to introduce our first guest. This is Gemma Stonewall from the Rock Party.
Hi,
thank you, Gemma, for being here.
Welcome. And joining us from the Scissors Party, we have Anna Pistachio. Hi, Anna. Thank you for joining us. And last but certainly not least, representing the paper party, we have Kristina Santorella.
Hello, ladies. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Excellent. All right, ladies. This has been a tough election. Can you really can you just boil down for us, what does your party represent, and why do you think one of your candidates, should be the next president of these United States? And I'm going to start with Gemma from the Rock Party.
Thank you. We are the party of structure. We are the ground, the gems, the rocks, the things that hold you down. We've got pineapple and alligator. We've got the roots and environmentalism, but we've also got Amy Rocketship and Jay Farkey who are more about stability and business, and we're about structure, stability, and keeping things going.
All right. Fantastic, fantastic. Anna from the Scissor Party.
Oh, thank you. My party is very progressive. I think, the American public really wants change. They're tired of the same old, same old. And, we can look to a few Scandinavian countries and see what they're doing. Some of their ideas might sound a little outlandish, but maybe it's time for America to try something new. And so that's my party's philosophy.
All right. Thank you for that. And then Kristina with the Paper Party.
Yes, absolutely. So the Paper Party, I mean, it's very simple. We're the party of the past, the present, and the future. If you think about, the hallowed ideals that this democracy was founded on, where were they written down? On paper. If you think about what makes our economy go around, what does it? It's paper, it's money. And if you think about what the future is, I've seen those movies, and you can't trust technology. It's going to be about paper again. So that's really what we're here for.
Wow.
Excellent.
This is fascinating stuff. But what I really want to know from you three is, where are we going to get the right candidate? Okay, we have people coming from all over this country that want to run it, who want to lead it. But where is the right candidate going to come from? Okay, what's your view on this, Gemma?
It'll absolutely be from the Rock Party. I mean, the 10 Commandments were etched in stone, as we all know. So we are the oldest and most traditional. And you can't have progress if you don't have anything to build on. I mean, all these scissor people just coming in and cutting things up. But what are they going to build on? If there's no rock, how are you going to move forward? That's all I've got to say.
I do like to move. You make a great point. But Kristina, what do you have to say?
Well, look, I mean, with all due respect to my dear friend Gemma, I find this convergence of church and state and these religious metaphors unsettling, and that is not part of the Paper Party's platform. I mean, unlike the rest of these parties, we have coalesced. We have our nominee. Tikva is going to be the next president of the United States. She is an influencer. She has her pulse, finger absolutely on the pulse of what is most important in this nation, about what we are looking forward to. And we are not going to waste any time on attack ads or on trying to sort through and compromise different ideals. We have found them, and we are ready to go. And that is why Tikva will be the next president of these United States.
Fascinating. And Anna, what do you have to say?
With all due respect, I think she is extraordinarily wrong and completely out of her depth. I think that our party, I'm specifically talking about Girl Boss, she is 9 years old. She has the attention span of a tiny little puppy. If something doesn't work, she says, I don't like this. That's what we need in leadership. We need someone who's decisive and acts immediately. I think the low attention span is going to work in her favor. She doesn't waste time with platitudes and trying to appease both sides. She says, you don't like me? Who cares? Later, on to recess.
Recess was always my favorite time of the day, if I'm being honest.
She knows when to decompress, and she knows when to really hone in on the issues. But like I said, her attention span is really that of her age. She's 9 years old. If she doesn't want to take care of something, she can delegate. She can say, Mom, I'm not doing this. You do it. And how many other candidates could say that? I don't think many can.
Wow.
May I respond to that?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to note, anyone who is an influencer on the internet is literally catering to the lowest possible attention span. Okay, everyone who is on the internet, which truly is everyone that matters. Nobody has attention span for longer than TikTok is what it's like 12 seconds. So if we're looking at that as an important qualification to be president, I just want to say that Tikva is really, you can't beat her. She is the top of her game when it comes to handling people who are unable to pay attention to anything for literally longer than 12 seconds. So that's all I'll say. That. Thank you.
Well, I think you do make a valid point, but Tickefer also has the distinction of being the longest running speaker that ever ran on C-SPAN live broadcasts, and that was 23.8 hours. And I just wish that your candidate could be a little more concise.
I would just like to interject and point out that we have the oldest and I believe the youngest in the primaries for the Rock Party. And once we coalesce around a candidate, all of us will come together to support that candidate. So you can count on the wisdom of Pac and the young, short attention span of Amy Rocketship, all grounded, may I tell you, in the foundation, right? In the foundation of our democracy, the Constitution, in some religious beliefs. I will say we are the Rock Party. And, you know, we have everything from slaying giants to rocket ships, right? We are covering the whole span. So the Rock Party is going to take it.
But see, let's listen to what she's saying here. These are impossible things. You can't have a tent that is, holds the whole world. You can't hold magical elves and also rocket ships and those interests. They are not reconcilable. So this pie in the sky talk of we're all going to coalesce around our candidate, respectfully, I just don't think they have the ability to make that happen, okay? My party has done so already.
We live in the melting pot of the world. We are the United States. And so respectfully, I disagree. If the nation can come together, we as a party can come together with our diversity that is founded in the rock of this nation. So if you don't believe it,
it's getting tense. It's getting tense. I feel the tension.
If you melt the rock, you know what you get? You get lava, okay? And that doesn't do anything but destroy. Ask Poe.
I have to say, I agree with Kristina on that. I think that this country is so incredibly diverse, and some people believe in elves, some people believe in an umbrella, and I do agree that my party supports the separation of church and state, and I feel that I agree with Kristina and Gemma. I think the Rock Party is just offering more of the same. There's no progression there.
Absolutely.
Wow. Let me jump in here just for a second, and I think this is going to be our last question as we wrap it up. We're looking for a candidate that can handle the tough situations. Let me give you a hypothetical, and I know a lot of times people don't like hypotheticals, but as president, you are going to need to be ready to react and to respond. So let's say there is a certain country out there that wants to bomb us, and we know this is coming, but they're going to have one final try to talk before they bomb us, and the USA is bringing dessert to this talk. And now, obviously, because of people's choices and this and that, they can only use vanilla ice cream. What kind of toppings would your candidate bring for that peace summit? What toppings would and they can only bring 2 toppings. What toppings would they bring that would coalesce around that vanilla ice cream for these potentially warring countries?
Excellent question.
I'll start off with yes, Anna, it seems like you're ready to jump in there.
Well, I'd say General Fist. I mean, he means business from the Scissor Party. He would probably send some sort of subliminal message by putting cherries or some type of some kind of red dripping like maraschino cherries.
Cherry bomb, right?
To let them know he's out for blood. And negotiations, they have a final point. After that, it's military action. That's what he'd do.
Mm-hmm. All right. I like that.
Well, I'll tell you what Tickefer would bring. I mean, Tickefer, without question, would bring edible gold leaf, okay? You put it on top. It's blingy. It sends a message. That message is, we have so much fucking money. Oh, excuse me. We have so much money that we can eat it. We are not impressed by you. We are not subdued by you. And if you come on over to our side, there's more for us to share with you. All right. You can get in on this action. So without question, that's what she would bring.
And for the Rock Party, all I have to say is vanilla ice cream is the base, the foundation, the rock of it all. We don't need any toppings. And then each person can bring their own flavor to what they need. That's why we are the coalescing party with so many diverse candidates.
Right. Whoa. Karyn, that was fiery, if not cool, ice cold.
We are so glad you all could join us and explain a little more about the Rock, Paper, and Scissors Party, because we need to know, and we're getting those answers.
That's right. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. It was lovely to be here.
Ooh, Karyn, I think the American people really got an in-depth look at these parties and what they have to offer.
Yes, it's going to be a tough election season with all these candidates, but I think with the help of the voice of reason, our America will get their answers.
There you go. Excellent. All right. For our next segment, we now are going to have an exclusive interview with Kaylee Girl Bosch. Help me out, Karyn. Let's say this girl's name right, or young woman.
Kaylee Girl Boss.
Girl Boss. I was right there. Girl Boss.
Right.
All right. We have our top-ranked reporter on the scene.
Thanks, Eva. This is Gabrielle Paxman here with Crystal and Kaylee Girl Boss, the mom and candidate, doing an interview. Hi, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Gabriella.
So good to meet you. I just want to ask you a few questions. Kaylee, first of all, why you as the candidate? Why should we have you elect you to be president?
I want to make the world a funner place.
Yeah, this is, I can help Kaylee answer that question as well. I want to tell you the true story of how this candidacy came to be. I was just very recently doing what I do on a normal Saturday, eating an Activia over the sink while I stare out the window and wonder where my youth and beauty have gone. And I asked Kaylee, what things are important to you? And, she said to me, family, friends, recess, s'mores, birds, karate, and double Christmas. And I thought, this is America's next great leader right here.
More Christmas and karate is what we need to change this dire situation we're in as a country right now.
That is so true. Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't agreeing with you. That was really more of a question. So Kaylee, let me just keep going. You've got two other competitors with you in the Scissors party going into the primaries, General Fist and Brenna. Who do you think is your fiercest competition?
Yeah, she's not bothered by the competition. She's just sort of looking forward and doing what she thinks is best. The other candidates, they seem to at least have a moral compass, which I think is an improvement from what we have now. So I think they'd be fine. But, why get an ordinary leader? Like this is tomorrow's leader today. And Brianna, she's a young girl as well, but she's just a toddler. So she's kind of more like next Thursday's leader or something like that. But this is tomorrow's leader today.
Some people would say, and I'm going to have to point out that Kaylee really isn't answering any of these questions. You are a mom, kind of like a helicopter mom. So, that just a few years ago, you had to be 35 to be president and at 9, right? Kaylee, you're 9? Is that correct, Kaylee?
Yes.
Yeah, I think what we've all learned as a nation over the past 4 years is that you don't have to be a grown-up to be president. And, all we need is some true maturity and great ideas. And so I'm so thankful that constitutional amendment passed that's allowing Kaylee and Brianna to run.
So Kaylee, and I am asking this question too, Kaylee. Kaylee, what is it that makes you the mature leader that we need?
I know a lot about different things in the world.
Yeah, like birds. Kaylee, tell them something about birds.
Did you know that the cassowary has a sharp nail on its foot? It's so sharp that it can slice a human being open.
Oh my God, isn't she amazing? She is amazing.
That's impressive knowledge for a 9-year-old. I'm not sure how it's going to help govern our country, but let me just keep going with these questions. Kaylee, and I might tear up about this because it really matters to me. We lost a really great leader in our country yesterday, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And you might get to name, if you make it all the way to the presidency, the next Supreme Court justice. who are you considering? What's important to you in a Supreme Court justice? Like, this is a critical time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you, Gabriella, that American jurisprudence doesn't get taught until the 5th grade, and Kaylee's in 4th grade, but by the time she's sworn in, she'll be there.
So does Kaylee have anything to say directly, or is it just, are you really running on her behalf, Crystal? Because you seem to be the candidate at this point.
Gabrielle, I know you're a seasoned reporter, but it seems like you completely missed the amazing facts she dropped about cassowaries, a flightless bird, as a matter of fact. She did say that. So I don't know what's up with the hostile questions, but everyone's got to feel important.
So we let our audience decide if knowing about birds is enough to govern. I did hear that you have a major announcement you want to make.
Yeah, yes, we do, very much so. So Kaylee has recently scored some amazing endorsements from great American leaders of a variety of communities, you know, whether it's the pageant princesses or the anthropomorphic reptiles, or the boring white dudes, or the tropical fruits that are on Molly. The true leaders of those communities have come out in favor of Kaylee recently. And yeah, we have a great video showing some of those endorsements, which we recently shared with you.
Great, we'll cut to it now.
Hi, I'm Emily Lula, and I'm a beautiful pageant princess. I support Kaylee Girlbass for president.
I'm Chad Soy Latte, and I support Kaylee Girlbass for president.
My name's Rod Heifer, and I support Kaylee Girlbass for president.
I'm Brian to the Wise, and I support Kaylee Girlbass for president.
I'm Dr. Alan Gator, and I support Kaylee Girlbass for president.
Hey, yo, this may or may not be anonymous, and we do support Kaylee Girlbass.
Tomorrow's leader.
Tomorrow's leader.
Tomorrow's leader.
Tomorrow's leader.
Tomorrow's leader.
Tomorrow's leader.
Today.
That's a really interesting set of endorsements you have. They all seem like very familiar characters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. We've got to get to the next segment, but it's been a joy getting to know you, Crystal, and hopefully we'll hear more from you, Kaylee, soon.
Hopefully.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, 9 years old.
Ooh, out of the mouths of babes. I never thought of it like that.
Yes, running for president. What insight this child has.
Time goes by so fast when you're getting into the politics of everything and you're trying to decide who should lead this country. But unfortunately, we are going to have to close out our program right now.
Yes, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will be back with more Voice of Reason, but don't forget that it is your responsibility to be part of this election. So make sure you are registered to vote. You can check out vote.org and make sure you're registered. And if you're not registered, they will help you get registered. Remember, we are the voice of reason, getting the real and asking the real questions because you need real answers.
Real answers. That's right, everyone. So the power is yours. So please don't hesitate to reach out to vote.org or iwillvote.org as well, or .com, and they will help you to make a plan to make sure your vote counts this year. All right. As always, we're going to sign off with our signature sign off, Karyn. You ready? Is America ready? There you go.
America's ready. Good night.
That's it.
Next time on The Voice of Reason. Teen journalist Topaz 2000 takes the pulse of the electorate.